Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff.
Welcome back to Fandom Family Chats. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jeanette.
And we are talking 911 Season 7.
For a second there, I was like, wow, is it Season 7? It is.
And no, that's why I kind of glanced over. But I was like, right, Season 7, right?
Yes.
Too many shows.
First season on ABC, which I think is...
We have too many ABC shows. That's why.
We do.
We do. They got a good lineup, I guess.
I guess they do, right?
But anyways, if you want to follow us, you can follow us on any platform, pretty much on Fandom Family Chats. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And we have only one group now instead of, I don't even know how many groups we were up to, 20.
Too many.
We only have one group now. We closed down all the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's just called Fandom Family Chats. That's where we talk about all of our different fandoms, whether it's shows, movies, books, any kind of fandom you can think of. We'll talk about it there. And if there's anything you guys want us to watch, listen to, read, then go to our group, let us know, and we'll review it for you.
Yep.
Or
We're always
recap.
looking for suggestions.
Recap or review. I'm always needing something new to watch.
You don't have to twist your arm too hard to watch something new. So
either me or Jeanette will watch it first, and then
somebody will. And then we'll bully the other one into watching it.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do.
Yep.
Big old bullies over here.
Anyways, what did you think of
911?
911 switching networks? I think you could definitely tell. I think the vibe changed significantly from network.
More dramatized.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Yeah.
Like stupid drama.
Yeah. And I think part of what I loved about 911, and don't get me wrong, I still watched it. I'm still going to continue to watch it. I still do love it. But it was still our like rescue show, but it was like the more lighthearted one. And it was sort of episodic. Like it was,
yes,
you didn't have to like if you missed an episode, like it wasn't the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like you could still jump in wherever and like pick up with it. I mean, there were storylines in the background, but nothing major. It was mostly about the cases.
Yeah, and we got like 2 or 3 different kind of like rescues per episode, and it was constantly moving, and that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, it was just different than our other ones, and I liked that it was different. But the move to ABC definitely kind of shifted that. The lightheartedness kind of went away for the most part. Like
you got a little bit more serious, a little bit more dark.
Yeah.
Which like Ryan Murphy to me is dark. And that's why I kind of liked him doing 911, because it was a little bit more lighthearted, and we kind of got that contrast when it comes to Ryan Murphy, because he's extremely talented in every show that he makes. But I think ABC getting their hands on 911 was not the best move.
I'm not sure how I feel. Like I said, I still like it. And I mean, but I think
I do too. I won't stop watching.
Because I'm invested in the characters. Had I not known these characters, like I don't think I would be into it. Like I don't think it's gained any new fan base. If that makes sense. Like I just can't imagine, like if I try to think about if I watched this season for the first time this season on ABC, would I be that into it? I don't know, because I feel like it's was trying too hard to, I don't know. I'm trying not to I don't want to, but I feel like it was trying to be more like the other shows because it changed networks. But I'm not sure if it was able to pull it off like the other ones do, if that makes sense. Like I think it had its niche and it was really good at it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It did change. I really did not think it was going to change much at all. I was like, there's no way they can change. I mean, it's already like up to season 7. Like you can't like go and change things now. And let me tell you, they went through and they changed a lot.
It feels like a very different show. Yeah.
Like, let's start with Bobby and Athena. First of all, we had the 3 episodes of the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Was it 2 or 3? I can't remember.
I think it was 3. because it was borderline. It was getting towards ice storm territory.
Yeah, and we kept comparing it to the stupid ice storm from Lone Star that went on for like half of a season.
But I did like it a whole lot better. I will admit, and maybe that's because I'm obsessed with like cruise ship crashes. I don't know. This is just something I've all like. I love.
What?
Like, do you know like the movie? I gotta rephrase. So like, you know how Athena talked about in that, how that she like Poseidon, that movie, how it terrified her. Like, I'm obsessed with that movie. I love that movie. Like any sort of like disaster. Do you not know this? Like disaster movies, I love.
I
Like
travel too much to like disaster movies.
I love disaster movies, and so I liked it, but I don't know. That's just me.
Titanic scared me from an early age, so
I'm obsessed with the Titanic too. Like I would like I don't know. I watch all the like miniseries. I don't know. I really like disaster.
Oh, like I love the Titanic, but it doesn't mean I want to be on the Titanic.
I really don't want to be on it. You know what I mean? But
or
like
even float down to it. It's not.
I love to watch movies and stuff when there's like that sort of like disaster like happening, like tornadoes hitting or hurricanes or like things like
I guess
like
you're
I
right.
love that kind of stuff.
Because I like that kind of stuff too. But
yeah. So this felt like that. So
but not for 911.
I know.
Now, I will say the cruise ship was a lot more interesting and easier to watch than the ice storm disaster. Listen, down here in Texas, we were already dealing with that stupid ice storm that not too long after. It was a little too real. There's still a lot of things going on from that ice storm that happened down here years ago. Still a lot of fights going on about it. But the cruise ship was at least a little bit more interesting and more like also there is no way they would have gotten a plane and flew out to the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Like it's getting to be as I was watching it, I looked at Ben and I was like, is this turning into Fast and the Furious? Like what's like, a little bit of the ridiculousness.
Just unbelievable. Yeah. No, I agree with that completely.
I was like, like it's fun. I get like it was fun watching it, but it also wasn't like tracking of all the past seasons. Like I was like, I don't know what we're doing here.
Which I guess that was, and I don't know, I mean, that got to introduce us to Tommy, which
is that why?
I'll be the first to say, maybe. I'll be the first to say I was really skeptical of this Tommy Buck romance. I was not really into it, not because I had any issue with Buck like deciding that he's bisexual, like cool, whatever. I just didn't see the point with, unless it was going to be Eddie that we were putting them together with. Like I didn't see it. I was like, okay, I don't know why we're doing it. By the final episode, I kind of love Tommy and Buck together.
I know. And now I'm going to be a little bit upset if.
Now I don't want, like, it will. I mean, we'll talk about Eddie in a minute. But personally, I think right now Buck's too good for Eddie. Like, I know that's your man and all, but like.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
Eddie's in timeout right now. Eddie is in a big timeout right now.
We'll come to him because that storyline made me upset. But I want to kind of say one thing about what Tommy. Okay. I know that Amanda picked up on this because we think alike.
Okay. What did I know?
When they're talking about it in the last episode, when they said something about like, Buck was talking about how Bobby was like a dad to him or whatever. And he said something about, and Buck says, we both have daddy issues or something like that. And of course, Tommy was like, not me. Or he said, well, at least I do. And Tommy was like, God, I hope so. I'm thinking, because we love a boy with daddy issues. Like I was like, yes, Tommy, like you understand, right?
I did giggle at that. I did have a giggle.
It made me laugh. So, like it was kind of like cute and sexy. And I was like, okay, I am feeling this now.
I know. So there have been those people have shipped Buck and Eddie on social media since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
I have never one time
I was never on board with it.
I was like, no, like no. And it's not because I have anything against Buck being gay, bisexual, whatever he chooses or is, but it just didn't track for me.
No, I agree.
I didn't feel like we got any of those hints or like feeling. I just never got that feeling.
Yeah. I still also don't think that I think we've thrown this in out of nowhere. I know other people have said, oh, I've seen like it hinting Buck. I never saw it. Like
I must be blind because
I didn't see it. I'm okay with it now, but I didn't see it before.
I mean, I'm not, and that's the thing. Like when it first, like the very first episode of when they kissed, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like it was a lot. It was like kind of a shock, even though it wasn't a shock. It was still a shock.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I'm all here for it. I'm like, let's go.
I'm here for it.
I like it.
I
love
I want
Tommy.
Tommy to be in game. Like I don't change it. This is my favorite Buck pairing so far.
Yeah. I love Buck and Tommy together. And
I
I like
love it.
they've already like just fallen in step relationship wise. And I think this is like the most
When
mature relationship Buck's been in.
when Tommy came to the hospital, like
Oh,
when Chim was there, like him showing that support
yes.
to Buck, I was just like, no, I'm here for this. Like
Yeah.
that was such like I don't know, that just showed that like he truly cares for him. And he's hot. So I mean, like, I'm here for all of this,
I
you
know.
know, like let's do it.
I'm 100% on board now.
Yeah.
Like it was just that first initial, why are we doing this if it doesn't, to me it's just like all about tracking. Like it just,
Yeah.
I knew we were going to have some like loops thrown in being on a different network. I knew they were going to try to ruffle some feathers and
Yeah,
that's
maybe just
normal, but
set their mark. Yeah. I mean, I get that, but
I didn't expect them to do this. I
I didn't
really
either.
didn't. Like
Yeah,
I
no,
know it's always been those rumors, but I've never expected them to
I
actually.
never even heard these. I mean, I know like Buck and Eddie were the only one, like, and I thought that was just people being like crazy because I never saw it. I'm like, I see two best friends, guys. Like, it's okay that they're best friends.
I could see Buck a lot more than I can see Eddie.
Well, I would agree with that too.
And like
Yeah.
still, let I know we were just talking about
We
Bobby and
can,
Athena for a second, but we can go ahead and hop on over to Eddie right now because get him out of the way because he should just be
I,
tied up and stuck in my closet for a little bit right now. That's all I'm saying is because he needs to have a
Amanda,
timeout. Hey, you leave what's in my closet alone. I'm gonna set him straight.
not sure that sounded the way you wanted it to, but or maybe it did. I don't know.
I'm not a kidnapper, I swear.
No.
Anyways,
Okay.
Eddie needs to have a timeout. Let's just put
Yeah.
it that way.
I'm really like I think that's what's disappointing me the most this season is that's the storyline with Eddie. I didn't like it.
See, I thought he like had a brain tumor, and that's why he kept like thinking he was seeing his ex-wife or something. And then like everybody else kept seeing
And
her.
like we haven't even explained like why does she look like Shannon? Did Shannon have a long lost
Fine.
twin? Like, come on,
Are we
guys.
going soap
Like,
opera? Is she just a doppelganger? Like, what are we
it's
doing?
just and for what reason? I mean, I thought everything was going good with like is it Marisol? Is that her name?
Yeah. I think it's just for drama and to traumatize Christopher more.
Which is unnecessary completely.
Like when
And
he walked into the house and saw her, like, what kind of damage did that do to that child? And then she goes and cuts her bangs off to like look more like her. Like that is a psychopath.
that was weird.
I
Like
would not have even let her step foot in my door.
like we were acting like this was nice of her to give him like an outlet to like but like that felt weird to me.
As soon as she walked, as soon as he opened that door and she had the bangs, I was like, nope, close that door, close it, and call the police. Close it.
Well,
Call
like
Athena.
I remember when Buck finally like saw her, like his reaction was all of ours, like, oh, what are we doing right now? Like,
Yeah.
and he was talking to Eddie, he was just like, but I don't know that this is okay. I'm like, Buck is being your voice of reason right now.
Well, he's in a mature
Like,
relationship now.
how did we get there? Like, Buck is like mature and understands stuff. And like Eddie, like it just that was told like if we want to talk about something being out of character for someone, Eddie's character like turn that he took this season, it is not Eddie. And
Eddie's
it
having his
bothers
own like telenovela over
like this
here.
is weird. It's so weird. And poor Christopher though. Like he is just the one that I feel like and even when Christopher decided he wanted to leave, like I'm
I
glad
didn't
that
blame
Eddie
him.
didn't throw too big of a fit about this because I think I hope that Christopher like I felt bad when he wouldn't even hug him as a parent. I'm thinking, oh my
Oh, I
God,
know
this
that
is
did
so
kill me.
painful. But like I think he needs a minute to like step away from this. And hopefully
Yeah.
by next season, like when it starts back, Christopher's back or he's back soon. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but that was, I don't know. I just felt so bad.
I don't think it's too much that Christopher needs to leave right now. I think Eddie needs some alone time to get his mental health in order because right now I think he is spiraling.
Well, I just hope like
I don't know what's going on. I feel like there's some kind of underlying
there's something weird. I hope Buck
crazy.
takes care of him because I'm kind of nervous about him being alone, that he'll do something even dumber because he's not got Christopher to like worry about.
He's got his baby mama back, apparently.
And
this
that's
whole
just weird. And the fact that woman, like, it tells you that she's crazy, that she didn't just run for the hills when she found out that she looks like your dead ex-wife.
No, as soon as she walked up to I thought she was fine until she walked up to that house with those bangs, and I was like, she is a stalker. That is crazy.
That I would be like, okay, that's weird. Like, I'm not gonna participate in this like thing. You need help. You're clearly not over this. But this story, I don't know. I just wish we hadn't done the storyline at all. I think it's dumb. And I mean, I just do.
I just don't know why we couldn't do something with Marisol and not bring in this Kim lady who
Like, we
looks
were
just
good.
like his mom. Like, this makes no sense to me. It is dumb.
I mean, poor Marisol, like, we had literally just like gone through the whole thing where like they had kind of like it had gotten too serious and then he realized it was okay. Like, I mean, they had just worked through these issues. Like, that poor lady. Like,
I know.
I loved when they were like asking something about her and he was like, no. I'm like, yeah, that's done. Like, if she's smart, that's done. Like, we're not entertaining this anymore.
No, if I was Marisol, I'd be like, you contact me again, I'm getting a restraining order on you.
Yeah. And I mean, imagine like Christopher even too. I mean, he was out like they were out together. Obviously, they're close enough that they're spending time alone together.
They're like,
so
he's finally getting that like.
So you've ripped another person from his life.
That's why I think
wasn't that her
going
is
better.
Where is I just thought about that. Where is Christopher's nanny? We don't have her anymore. She doesn't help out anymore.
Oh yeah, she left I think a couple seasons.
Well, it's a shame because I feel like she would have told Eddie, like, buddy, this is no.
She would have definitely got a handle on that.
She would
way quicker. Or we just need to send maybe like Karen in. I don't know. I think she'd be a voice of reason. Karen, our mama hen.
Mm-hmm.
Hen. I didn't mean to do that, but that was funny. No, well, let's talk about Karen and Hen.
Their storyline broke me.
Oh my gosh.
That poor sweet little girl. Like,
I could not believe what they did to this poor girl during the season, but it ended up okay.
I'd honestly kind of forgotten like who the son was that the like that councilwoman or whatever was talking about. Because I was like, who are we talking? My mom had to fill me in. I was like, oh, I kind of forgot all about this. Like, that lady, like, we need to like keep a handle on that though. Like, I mean, somebody needs to take care of her because she definitely abused her power.
Yes.
To harm a child. Like, this child was happy in their home, was making breakthroughs and had like a family. And then you just ripped her from it. Like, that's
I would have been suing like so quickly. There's something will be done. That this fight is obviously not gonna be over.
Yeah. No,
I'm actually excited next season to see Karen and Hen really fight for this girl, Mara.
And not even just Mara, because even Denny had become really attached to like his sister. You know, I mean, like, I don't know. I just felt so sorry for all of them. Like,
and I get it because the system is broken. This stuff does happen, and I mean, I guess there needs to be more eyes on this, and I think 911 does that really well, just like Grey's Anatomy does and Station 19 does. They bring in real world problems that are not always widely spoken about, and they speak about them. And the foster system in America is extremely broken.
Yeah,
and it does need to be talked about, but I don't like it when it happens to
our fictional
this poor girl who like just started talking.
I mean, this sweet baby, and then I don't know.
I would have been like, I need an emergency judge to like actually talk to this child and like assess our situation and like come in. I don't know what to do, but
I mean, I understood this woman knew people, but like, I'm like, Hen, don't you know people in high places? Like, or like, I feel like there's someone out there that you've helped or something that you probably could have like jumped in here.
What does Karen do?
Well, okay, because you're getting confused.
I know.
You're confusing Karen and Diane. I know what you're doing.
And so I'm like, what does Karen do?
She's just a scientist. Like, she works in a lab.
Okay.
Just a scientist.
I knew that she was.
I don't mean 911. But I know. 19. Yeah, because on there, we feel like she'd have some pull. She's a therapist that probably works with like, we'd have some pull for sure.
No, she does. I think she works with like social worker in Station 19, isn't she? I think she's a therapist, but she works in like the social work.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think so. And so she would be perfect. She just needs
call
to
Diane. Right. They're on. You know what? I did think about this when because we saw a clip of, not to go back to Station 19 here, we were talking about earlier, but when we saw Diane, just that one clip, it clicked in my head. I'm like, I bet she is so, I forget what her name is. I think it's like, is it Tracy? I think it's
Tracy
Tracy.
Thomas.
Yeah. I'm like, I bet she is so like, I wonder if this makes it easier that she's working for the same network now. Like, is it the same studio? Like, can you film them both in the same day? Like it clipped it, but I don't know. Like,
That
I don't
would
know
be,
where they film everything, but it made me laugh that
she was in both.
she's right there now. Right.
It did confuse me. Like when I very first started watching 911,
Yeah.
I would get confused. I'd be like, wait, why? I would, because it's also like the same kind of
Well, yeah, they're both
firefighter. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so confused. And also, that
there'd
was
be
like
like a
right when I
tragedy.
started watching Station 19 too.
Like, let's call Karen, except for Karen doesn't do that. That's Diane. She looks like her. Then again, Shannon's got a doppelganger, so maybe Karen does too out there somewhere, right?
Diane like walk up like, I'm the new social worker. We're like, oh gosh, are we watching Vampire Diaries again?
Oh my gosh. So you never know. Right? But that was
all of our shows.
And I knew when they were talking about it, I can't remember who they were, if they were talking to Chim or they were talking to Maddie, but I was like, ooh, they're gonna do something to help. Like, I'm so excited. And sure enough, they're gonna let her stay there, at least until they get everything figured out.
I'm happy. I'm happy that I think Maddie and Maddie and Chim, I think really should be foster parents, not just, I know that was like kind of their plan.
And maybe that'll this will be something that will, maybe they will take in, more after Mara's back with him.
I hope so. I think they're just natural, good human beings. And I think they could do a lot of help.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're going to be taking in Mara for the time being. That was really cool. I liked, at least we had like that comfort that like during the season break, she's not going to be just sitting in that bed the whole time we're not filming. No, I'm joking.
I know. Well, it was tragic. I was like, oh my gosh, like
we needed some good news before we just ended the season.
Really?
And it's not a fix, but it's a band-aid for now. But let's talk about, I guess, Maddie and Chim. Did they end up? Yeah, they got married in the hospital. Did they end up getting married?
I really actually enjoyed that. Now, their wedding episode, I did enjoy. Like, not the part that was so like. I mean, I thought there was gonna be more of like a hangover type episode.
I did too. I got excited.
So like that part, I was like, okay, like this is like really serious. Poor Chim's like having this, issue. But
that was insane.
But the rest of the episode was kind of funny. Like, I mean, Buck and Eddie were funny, at least, like with their like outfits. That was pretty fun.
I actually enjoyed the whole episode. I knew, like, I don't know why I knew, but I just like knew Chim would be fine.
Yeah.
I didn't have like that ominous feeling. No. So I just felt like he was gonna be okay. So I actually enjoyed the whole episode. I was like, where are we gonna see this going? Yeah. And also some of the stuff he was saying was hilarious. Like I kept laughing. I'm like, this is a good episode. Kind of like that, old Fox 911 kind of feeling.
It did definitely.
It gave us like that stupid humor, like how they were dressed, and Buck being so anal about the
what they couldn't,
everything was going off, and
he was trying to. Now he was definitely playing, I don't know,
a part.
We'll just say, yeah.
And also with Chim at the fire station, I like that they gave him a little bit more responsibility when Bobby was out. Like they kind of made him the little head.
Yeah,
I like seeing that. I think he did a great job. He kind of
he'd be good at it.
I do too. I think he was kind of like in Chicago, like Herman's kind of taken over Bowden's spot. I kind of like Chim taking over Bobby's spot. Not now.
No,
Bobby's not ready to leave now, but
I don't think so. Is he?
I don't think so. I think he'll retire when like Athena retires, and I don't think Athena's be done anytime soon.
I don't know. Bobby had me nervous like all season long. I was getting stressed over and over again.
I was too. I don't know. That last time he was in the hospital, I was like, man, are they really going to do it to us? Are they really going to take him out now?
I was like, surely not, right? But I got worried because, I mean, I don't know. For whatever reason, it had me nervous.
You had an intuition.
Something was just like, ugh. And I mean, I was getting really angry with the whole Amir storyline. Like, I'm like, listen, like, I do see your perspective on this. I get it. Like, he took this from you, and all of that. And maybe it's just because we know Bobby and we know how much Bobby has suffered with what happened and how much it's taken for him to overcome this, that I was just like, stop.
Yeah, my thing is like, how many times are we gonna have to go back to this? And I know it was like a huge thing. But anyways, my whole thing is just we needed to move past that after 7 seasons of it kind of like looming. And I know we don't cover on it every episode or even every season, but I feel like it just pops up continuously. And in real life, yeah, that happens. In the show, it doesn't need to keep popping up and happening. Like, in really this big of a storyline where it takes up half the season.
I was not into it. I was just like, let's move past all of it.
I mean, from the very first moment we saw Amir, I knew what this was going to turn into. I just knew it.
Yeah, no, I did too. And it's just because Bobby is fantastic. And I really get upset anytime he like doubts himself or feels bad about himself. I mean, like, we know Buck is my favorite character, but I feel like I would defend Bobby to the end. Like, even at the beginning of the season when Athena was kind of like not wanting to be on honeymoon, I'm thinking, girl, like,
I know. Oh gosh, again, she was making me so mad.
He is a catch, and we're not gonna act like he's not, okay? But I mean, I know obviously that worked out differently, and we saw. I mean, she even like she went and tried to get Amir like when she thought that he was the one that hurt Bobby like that. So I mean, she definitely like took care of her man and all that. And so
yeah, no, she made a comeback. She just made me angry the first couple of episodes.
Because Bobby is like fantastic. Like, Bobby's another one that he never does really any wrong. He doesn't. I don't get mad at him. He doesn't make mistakes in my eyes. Like,
I think he made one really big mistake, and he lives his life very carefully and well thought out after that. And so you don't have to get mad at him.
No,
much. And he's so level headed. You know, there's just when bad things happen to him, I'm like, why? Stop it. Why?
No reason for that.
We need to stop picking on Bobby and Athena over here. They're getting a little old, and now the beautiful house is gone.
I was thinking that too. Like, when they were walking through it, I even said, I was like, oh my God, her house was so beautiful. Like, I'm really upset that this house is gone. Like, I know it's
like,
just
are they going to rebuild there? Or are they going to, did they say? I can't remember.
I don't think they said. Not that I remember. But like the end scene, like in the hospital, like with like Harry and May there too, like that kind of warmed my heart, because I know, I mean, Bobby, I mean, we know at the beginning of the show he lost his entire family, kids too. So like, just to see kind of how far they've come, and that like May and Harry truly think of him as like a father figure as well. Like, it was.
They really definitely have Michael. Michael's been a great father to them, but
Bobby,
I think they have that bonus dad, and I love that. I really did enjoy seeing May come back too. We had just seen Harry a couple episodes ago, but I had missed May really when she was like working at 911 center and everything. Like, I really got to love her character.
Yeah, same.
I wish she would have
stuck around. Yeah,
stuck around, and maybe she'll be back. Hopefully, maybe. There's always that opening. She can go to school and then
right.
You come back during summers and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Right, something. Don't you think?
Do something. She can be part of the system somehow. I don't know what she's going to school for.
I don't either.
That was ever discussed, but she can do something in law enforcement.
I think so.
I think she has a knack for it, to be honest. If I'm just saying.
No, I agree. Something in that field.
But I do want to say that Malcolm did a great job playing Amir. I mean, I was excited to see him. I hated that he was, kind of our villain.
Bad guy. Yeah.
But I did enjoy seeing him.
He wasn't the ultimate bad guy though.
He wasn't, but he was still a little bit. And that makeup took a long time every day for him to put on.
It looks really like
I saw a TikTok of them like applying it.
Yeah.
That he posted. Or I don't know if he posted it, but somebody posted it on TikTok, and it was really cool to see the process going through it. All right. What are your hopes for next season?
Well, I hope Eddie gets himself together. It's doing stupid stuff. And then obviously him and Christopher. I mean, I want them to work it out. I mean, as a parent, I don't want to see him at odds with his child, because that's about the worst thing.
I think they will. I think they even kind of already got it out in the open before Christopher even left.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Eddie handled that with grace, and
he did.
How he should have handled it. Not letting your kid just go isn't. I've never had to do it. I can't even imagine how hard that would be. But knowing that he's with people who are going to take care of him and dote on him, and you're not leaving him in incapable hands.
Right.
but I think a break.
A break is sometimes needed with people. I mean, it is what it
Really,
is.
if you're a single parent, I can only imagine. Like I said earlier, I've never been a single parent. I can't put myself in
Right.
those shoes. And not a break. I don't want to say a break. You don't need a break from your kids, but you need a
No,
break
but
from your kids sometimes.
well, I mean, I
But I
think you
think
do
he has
need
a
a
lot of mental stuff going
yeah.
on right now.
Well, I mean, even your kid is expressing that they need a break. And
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to, even if it's not comfortable for you, you need to do what, if they're telling you this is what they need, then
Mm-hmm.
like you said, they're with someone, they're not just going off with strangers or anything like that. You know they're going to be well taken care of and safe. And so
Yeah.
that's, you can give them this space
Yeah.
safely,
Absolutely. I,
So,
I I definitely think Christopher will be back within the next couple of episodes in the new
yeah,
season in the fall.
I think so.
I definitely think so.
I want Mara obviously back with Hen and Karen
Mm-hmm.
and Denny.
I think that's gonna play a big part in next season. I
I think
bet
so.
we're fighting that fight for several
They
episodes.
should. I hope so.
Yeah.
And then I mean, all here for Buck and Tommy, like long term, like I like it.
I do
I can't
too.
believe I'm saying this because I was against it, but I love it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love them together. I think Tommy makes Buck even a better person to like
I just love the
watch and be
growth
around. Like,
that Buck has made. Like if,
yeah.
if you were to think back to the first episodes, I mean, he has just come so far. Like I'm so like it's weird to be like proud of like a fictional character, but like that's kind of how I feel. Like he's really
Mhm.
like just come so far. So
I do too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think
I
that's
hope Bobby and Athena get to build their dream home.
oh my
That's the only
gosh.
thing I have to add.
Yes, no, definitely. Because that was I had those same thoughts about, oh my God, that beautiful house. Like
That
stop.
and I hope they start taking our hints on how to dress Maddie.
I will say I feel like we got to see a little more of her this season. So maybe that was a little bit of a plus on ABC. Like,
I haven't noticed the horrible outfits this season.
I feel
I've
like it's a
noticed that I don't
little,
love them. I always just feel like they dress her like a 50-year-old lady
yeah.
all the time. And
I
I
mean, she probably is in her mid 40s though, for being because she's a little bit older than I am.
I know, but that's how they dress her.
I know, well, that's what I'm like, and I'm like,
And
I
she's
don't
like
dress
still
like
having
that.
babies in the
Like,
show. So
yeah, like we're not just even when you are like 50, it's not like
you
you
don't
have
need to
to
dress like that.
no, like
Like I usually like her work clothes because they just seem like work clothes.
yeah.
But I feel like she's dressed for work even when she's like lounging at home.
Right. Where's your yoga pants and your t-shirts? Okay.
Yeah,
No,
like make her a little bit more like
they never do that in shows though, right? Everybody always looks so pulled
yeah, but why
together.
that's not realistic. And I know it's
Oh,
a
like
TV show
this
and we
is
don't need to
what we
be
wear.
realistic, but
Exactly.
you can be a little bit realistic. Really, if you want to be realistic with real world problems, you
Yeah.
can at least dress like the real world.
Agreed. Agreed.
Show off Jennifer Love Hewitt a little bit more because
Yeah, she's beautiful.
she's a beautiful lady and we want to, I don't need to see her naked, but I
I
mean,
don't
at
know, like
least
where we go with this.
I want to. I don't know where I was going. I was like, I don't want to like
We want
see her,
Jennifer to
but
be seen as however she is comfortable being seen.
yeah, like I
Right?
she
Yeah.
doesn't feel, I don't feel like she comes off as like
We always feel like we're
comfortable.
hiding her.
Yeah,
Like we don't have to hide her,
exactly.
you
Exactly.
know? Yeah,
Show her off. Let her shine there.
exactly.
Let her shine.
Agreed.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah. Make sure that you're subscribing to our channel so that you don't miss new episodes. I think what we've got coming up, I don't know the exact order all of this is releasing, so by the time you see this, but I know that we're going to have a second part to our Bridgerton episode coming out. We're going to finish up our ACOTAR series. We've got one more where we're going to do A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames. As soon as Maureen gets done with those, we're going to talk about those. And
Chop,
then
chop, lady.
some point we're going to do a bear episode. The bear episode has been difficult, so we can't get it scheduled to where we're all around, but at some point it's going to happen. We want to recap season 1 and 2, and then also season 3 is dropping probably
So
pretty soon. I mean, by the
excited.
time you see this, it may be out. I don't know.
I'm excited.
But fabulous show. So definitely check those out so that you can see our recaps on that. And I think that's all we got for now. So just that's it. Bye guys.
Bye.
Loving our content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to share our podcast with your family and friends. We want to continue the conversation with you.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok under Fandom Family Chats, or one of our ever-growing Facebook groups by searching Family Fan Club. We've also launched a website, Family Fan Club 2021 at wixsite.com. You can email us there and keep checking it for announcements and merch coming soon. And of course, be sure to tune in every week for new episodes discussing all your favorite shows.